You can always go back and get. So today, I just want to bring everybody up to speed on pretty much everything that we talked about thus far over the last 20 days. And now it's pretty much a time for introspection. We should just be journaling. I know everybody's really excited about tomorrow and having going there, finishing up that cycle of seven, that third seven. We call it the three sevens, and really getting onto the juice and activating those chakras and getting that energy and that nutrition in us. So I'm excited. I'm just real excited. Now we've gone through a lot of detox. So what we experienced during week one and parts of week two, like the bad breath, armpits, just smelling up, that shouldn't really, you shouldn't be experiencing that a lot now because you're getting in, you're taking those really good showers with not soap, but maybe some peppermint oil or whatever, and you've done a lot of internal. We've all done a lot of internal house cleaning. Okay, we've been drinking this like you can't believe. When you get an oral fixation, what do? You chew ice. You just chew the ice. I spent about 3 hours today in the desert. I was out literally in the desert for a while, just taking in the sun, thinking, really having the time to, really sort of be with myself. During this fast, I really haven't had a time to really do that much because when you sort of lead a fasting group, your focus is not, you can't just be on you, it has to be on the group. So I'm always thinking, okay, who do I need to call? What information do I need to share? And like I'm thinking like a day or two ahead, just making sure that everything is copacetic for everybody. Or somebody asked a question like, what should I do? Should I still take my medication while I'm on this water fast? Or they have, concerns. I think about those things a lot. So it's good for me to be able to just get away for a minute and just, sort of taking the fast for myself for a minute. So, hey, we've talked about a lot. We've talked about living temple work. You guys, you got major keys now. So even if, like, without me, you're good. Nobody could ever tell you anything now because from your own personal experience and how to heal yourself now. So even if you get off the path at some point down the road, which I don't think you will, but even if you do, all you have to do is start how to heal yourself. Just go on a water fast. What's the fastest way to heal the body? A water fast. Fast, faster, fastest. A fast way is just to eat raw living plant food with at least 80% fruit dominant. Fruit dominant. There's 3 types of fruits. Fatty fruits are the highest karmic fruits. Non-sweet fruits and sweet fruits. Those are the 3 types of fruits. Okay. So you just eat that. And then a faster way is to drink the juices, to drink the blood of Jesus. The blood of Jesus, or what some people call the blood of juices. And the fastest is the water fast. You guys know about how to put yourself on the cross, what that means. A few: air, fire, earth, and water. Air meaning going higher and higher until we can activate the hydrogen. Fire meaning the sun, the living Christ. Earth meaning plants. All information comes from plants. And water, finding the best living water sources that we can find. The best living water sources that we can find. On the market, Mountain Valley spring water it's pricey, but it's a very good source if you just want to go glass water. I'm not a bottled water fan. You're not being willing to shop at grocery stores. We're getting to the point, guys, where we're going to, hopefully all of us will evolve to where we're growing our own food again. We're living totally off the grid. Where we're having solar panels and we're just living straight from nature, straight Avatar style. So we don't have to depend on places like Whole Foods and Trader Joe's and Sprouts, they're great. I like going in them. I spend a lot of time in them. But I want to, have our own, we can grow our own orchards and our vineyards and fruit gardens, fruit trees, planting fruit trees everywhere. And that's what it's all about, and having those offerings, bringing those offerings into the temple, making sure they're offerings of light and not of darkness, Making sure that most of your offerings going in are light filled and not dark filled. That way you don't have to go through the difficulties. Life becomes easier. You can attract more prosperity. You can attract more love. It seems like every time I do a fast on any level, I always attract love in my life. Love in the form of a woman. You know what I'm saying? Either if maybe it's a new lover, maybe it's a new girlfriend, or it's a woman or just you know what I'm saying? That's usually, in my experience, that's what love comes quickly. When you start eating raw, you start putting love in, love shows up. And that's something we should never lose, guys. It's one of God's greatest gifts. Being able to share love, or as some people call it, worshiping at the temple of God. Or the temple of God is the body, and worshiping at the temple of somebody's body, that's pretty good, So that's something we should never lose. We've learned about the Rainbow Bridge or Jacob's Ladder and how to climb it. How long does it take to climb Jacob's Ladder? 49 days. You guys know how to do it. 7 days. You just eat that particular color of the rainbow for 7 days. And you drink water, or you can drink young coconut water, either water or young coconut water. But you eat, so on red, you eat apples, watermelon, cherries, whatever. Orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, until you climb Jacob's Ladder or cross the Rainbow Bridge. And on the other side is gold. And gold simply represents our bodies in its purest state. Gold represents our body in its purest state. So not only will you get a purified, purged, and perfected body, you'll get gold in the real sense also, because we're talking gold bodily and gold financially, so that we can overcome. We can be well above the elements below. You don't have to be affected by the negativity on this plane. We can continue to evolve higher and higher. And that's what it's going to take, guys. It takes purifying the body to even be able to think about getting to those levels. I sent out, you remember, guys, like a little bit earlier today, I sent out that passage in a really good book called The Book of Secrets by Osho, where it talked about, Pythagoras, who's known as the father of numbers. Well, this is what happened to Pythagoras. Before his exam in Alexandria, he was already a scholar. He was already well sought after. He had the best grades. The guy was a flat-out stud. But the masters in those mystery schools, they would not let him in until he went through 40 days and 40 nights on water, because that was their standard for having a clean house or a purified body. And until a person went through that, every student had to go through that before they could get in. They couldn't even be students. Forget being a master, you're not even a student. I want you guys to see that, because that was the qualification back in the day. So the mystery schools would make schools like Harvard and Yale look like almost like kindergarten compared to, they weren't listening. They didn't have SAT scores back then. You had to go through some real hardcore stuff just to be a student. Pythagoras fasted for 40 days before his exam at Alexandria. Anna, the grandmother of Jesus, she fasted for 40 days before she gave birth to Mary. Okay, before she wouldn't have conception, because she saw this. She saw that Mary was going to be the custodian for the anointed one, or with who they call Josephus. Okay, Josephus, the anointed one. She fasted. His grandmother fasted for 40 days to usher him in, so he could come through a pure vessel. And it always starts through the bloodline. And I can go on and on about the number 40. But since we're doing 21, I'll stick with 21. As we talked about before, the 21-day water fast is called the 3 sevens. Okay, you just have to go through 3 cycles of 7, which is the number of God, which is the number of completion, to get whatever breakthrough you're looking for. Okay, in most cases, it's a rite of passage to break the curse or the generational curse of lack and poverty from our lives forever. Because your dad, his dad, his dad, his dad, his dad never paid that price. Somebody has to break that curse or that stronghold. And that someone is us, is us, because they didn't do it. So we have to, because if we don't do it, guess who it falls on? Our kids. and then they have to do it. That's how it works. It's like God called us to do it. And again, when I say God, I'm not trying to be religious for it. This doesn't disrespect anybody's, philosophy or whatever. Because I can use the spirit or the divine, the creator, Mother Earth, the universe. I choose to use the word God because I'm just easier for me. You know what I'm saying? But there's a plethora of words that we can use. Me personally, I look at God as, I think every human being, we're all gods and goddesses. We're like baby gods. We're little godlings. And the earth, the mother, and the son, which is our father of all living things, they're like our mother, they're our parents. But we're all godlings. We're like baby gods. And so we're all divine. We just have to strip through all of this stuff that's been thrown upon us by whatever. We just have so much stuff that we just have to be willing to release and surrender. That takes us out of survival. The reason why we're stuck in, you're either surrendering or you're surviving. You don't want to get caught up in surviving. Anybody can survive. You could be a bum on the street and survive. It's not about surviving. It's about surrendering. So we can be who we truly are. We can shed our light upon the world. That's what this process of fasting is. Guys, I'm so proud to be a part of this group, and I'm glad that we all had a chance to, sort of get to know each other. I know this is not easy. You got to be a triple stud to even sign up for something like this. I think all of you guys are like at the highest level. In my eyes, you're the number one studs because I know what it takes. It takes a lot to do this. What we have done, what you have done, is put yourself on the cross for the last 20 days, getting ready to be 21 days. That's what you've done. You've crucified your flesh. You went against your emotional, you broke through a whole bunch of stuff. We all did it. And so that's to be commended. That is to be commended. Because I just, I think it's great. I really think it's great. I appreciate Sky for everything that she's done, setting up the calls. Me and her, I talk with her every so often, and she's amazing. I never tell her enough. I don't think I tell her enough, but we are usually on and off, or she send me something or whatever, and I don't tell her enough. But Sky, you're amazing, and I thank you. Thank you. I don't say it that often. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I'm here.
You are okay. Good. Good. I appreciate putting the links up and setting all this stuff up. That means a lot to me. That way, I don't have to think about it, and I appreciate that. We've just been beasting.
It's all good. It's what I do well. At least I tend to think so. It's just I've been here ripping and running with. I got a full house of people. I'm preparing foods. I'm teaching classes. Went to do a workshop today, and so I still got to do business as usual, And I'm exhausted right now, but this is important for me too, And I almost feel like you keep mentioning the 40, and I feel like I want to do that myself. We'll see. I'm just gonna feel it out though.
That's good. You know what? Right now I have a date set for the 40-day water fast, and that fast is going to be special because anybody who participates in that, we're going to totally unplug for that fast. You won't have to worry about preparing foods, or there ain't going to be nobody's working. We're going to be totally out out in nature, out of the country, out of the U.S. performing this as a brother and sisterhood. And then even after that, walking the Rainbow Bridge. That has not been done in modern times. I got a recording from Don Tolman about a year ago from James Gonzalez. It was a phone call. And people have not walked the Rainbow Bridge in a long time. So Scott, we're going to totally unplug for that. So anybody who does that, they won't have to have the responsibility of still having to work, or still having to prepare foods, or whatever. We can totally focus on the energy of the water maker. for the energy of hydrogen and activating that so we can sort of evolve a little higher.
When did you say that was going to be?
That's the day after the summer solstice. It actually falls on Monday next year, June 22nd, the day after, first day, official day of summer after the solstice. It's going to go until August the 1st. August the 1st will be the end of it. And then from August the 1st until the 19th of September, that's when we climb Jacob's Ladder. I've already talked.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, good. That'll be a blessing, man. That's it. We got plenty of time. We have over 7 months to prepare and get everything, you know. And I'm working. Hopefully, what my goal is, Sky, is to get 13 men and 13 women to go over and perform that, so we can.
What we should really do is y'all should come to Puerto Rico and do it here together, so that we can be in the same house or the same area or whatever. And I mean, I don't know what everyone is able to do, but it would be great to have a group of us in the same space, being able to have circles and watch movies and meditate, and whatever things we can come up with lots of different activities. Go to the river, go hiking. I mean, it wouldn't require a lot. It's just for folks to be able to get down here.
That's funny you said that, because I got in Valley, my friend over in Valley, James, he's got a really big property with a living waterfall on there. He's been like, man, Chris, for the last year, tell me, come, you know. So there's more than enough land, and with the black sands and, you know, sitting around the fire. I hadn't thought about Puerto Rico, but that's a cool. I just want the location. As long as it's a nice location, Puerto Rico will be fine, Sky. As long as we get a group of committed people who's focused on just, you know, on performing it, that would be a great idea. That would be an awesome idea, you know. Especially if we can drink the best water. Again, I have a spot in Valley where we can drink from a living waterfall.
Alkaline water streams that come out of the rocks here. We can get that water from the up and high in the mountains.
Really? Okay. That may work. It may work. Absolutely. Now, would you be willing to commit to an 89-day process, a 40-day process of water, and 49 of climbing Jacob's Ladder?
Of course.
Okay. I like it. That's cool. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I've already got, besides yourself, I've got about 6 other people right now that's actually gave me a verbal commitment. And I know Van, he's a person on here. I think Kevin wanted to, he's committed to doing it, but definitely Van. And so, yeah. And it'll be much more as we progress towards the time.
We can do it in a way where we could like rent a villa, like a really nice, because I think it's enough time. You said by next summer. We could rent a nice villa where, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be private rooms because that will be more expensive, but, you know, we can bunk in and just get, depending on, you know, a lot of factors, but I'm sure I can find it. In fact, I have a friend who has a villa up in the rainforest where you can hike up there and there's waterfalls and everything, and I'm sure we can get it at a good price. There's space on the big deck to do like circles and stuff like that, and you know, we're not cooking anything, so we don't have to worry about like food and stuff, so it could really be affordable. All we have to do is focus on water, and then we can also focus on the intro to the fast, like having like a fruit feast, and then the outro to the fast, you know, breaking the fast, and that could just be watermelon. So we could really like break the cost down to something very affordable. It's just would go down for that long. You know what I mean? So.
Right. Exactly. Well, you know what? The good news is the people that's able to do it, they're the ones that's able to do it. And that sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan. I'm excited about having those fireside chats, and really, just looking at one another and just letting that energy and just the ideas and the vibration that comes out of that, and that can be, it's going to be great. It's really going to be great, Scott. It's really going to be cool. So, yeah. Van, did you want to say something? I see your picture. It got bigger, so that's usually when that happens. That means somebody wants to speak.
Oh no, no, no. I was off camera for a while. I had to do something. I heard every word though. I heard every word. Yeah, I was thinking, of course I want to do it, but then I'm thinking like you're saying, the timing. I'm tentative only because um, because of work and obligation. And then I heard you the other day saying that if you could do 10 days every 49, every 91 days, it kind of adds up to the 40. So I want to do the 40 with you guys. I do. But then I'm thinking, I don't know if I can because I started thinking about it and I said, you know what? I want to do it, but what if I have obligations at that time where I just can't take 3 months off? So I definitely got to look into it. But I'm committed to doing my best. I can give you that. I can tell you that. I'm committed to trying my best and seeing what I could work out.
That's
And
all,
yeah,
that's all right. That's good. That's good, baby. The fact that you didn't be willing to do something like that, that tells me that that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. You know how few people on this planet will ever do a 40-day fast, let alone will ever even consider doing a 40-day fast.
right.
So that says loads, man. That really does. So
Yeah.
thank you for sharing that.
Well, I'll be doing that for the rest of my life. I'll be, even if I don't get to do the 40 with you guys, I'll always do the 10 every 91 days, and then I'll figure out if I'm going to do how I'm going to do the Jacob's Ladder. I'll still do that, no matter what. I mean, it's a lifestyle change at this point. So,
Absolutely.
you know,
That's good. Hey, man, that's real. That's real talk. That's real talk. Every 91 days we get a new bloodstream.
yeah,
We call it the 713. 13 weeks of 7 weeks of 13.
yeah,
That's good. That's good.
yep.
Thank you. Thank you. Natasha, are you available?
Hey guys, yes, I'm here. Happy Friday.
Friday. Happy Friday night.
Yeah, happy Friday night.
Yes. How are you?
Yeah. Um, I tell you this, being with you guys for 89 days is like super tempting, right? And I know what I just put myself into. Um, that I would not, if I said yes, I would be lying, and I don't want to leave the group with that. So one, yes, I would love to do it. Yes, I would love to be in PR because it's like the best place for me to travel to. I love going to Puerto Rico now. Um, but I know that that time of year, I won't be able to make that commitment just because of where my business is right now. Um, and it doesn't mean that I couldn't have that shift by that time, right? So what you have my word on is that I am going to play the game of looking at seeing one if I could make that happen, and if I can't make it happen, just note that yes, I'll definitely still be in communication with guys. I'll let you know like as soon as I know what what that looks like, and you know, I'm just gonna definitely always have you guys in my prayers and thoughts because I would not have made through these 20 days without you guys. Like I wouldn't have did this alone, and I to think of spending 89 days with you guys to do this is just like, how amazing would that be? So I, I'm just so happy right now. I can't even explain it.
Tasha, are you feeling it? Day 20. I mean, wow. Go ahead. What's going on with you? I want to know. Tell us.
What? Wait, repeat that question again.
Tell us, please. My question is, how you day 20? How's the journey been to you? You've been transformed. We've done a lot of temple work. Did you hear me?
No, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear the last thing you said, Chris.
Oh, I just wanted to know. Tell us, since we're on day 20, how has this fast affected you? You've done a lot of temple work. What are you feeling right now? I want to know. You know, I could tell us. Absolutely.
Um, what am I feeling right now? I'm feeling like a lot of I'm feeling a lot of energy, a lot of light, like a lot of happiness. As I before this call, I had a call with a friend of mine who was just kind of like going through something, and he's he's been such a great support to me, like throughout my transformational work. That when he sent out the quote unquote SOS, I was like, I wanted to be there to contribute to him. And I shared with him about the fast and like what I was getting out of it and how I actually gave up my dependence on having something outside of me um, pacify me or support me or comfort me. That I have found a whole nother love for myself that I didn't even know existed. And how, like, I found what love actually is in a way that I didn't know before. That I could give that and be that for someone else and, not really give a shit about what anybody else says, right? Because I get to say how it goes. And he was literally in tears. He said he could not even express how I sound to him because I sound so I'm definitely not the person that he met like 3 years ago. And the fact that I could share that with him for him was like a moving experience that he is now taking a look at what this could provide for him in his life. And where he could get that kind of strength because that's something that he goes to AA. um, we both have shared stories about our abuse from childhood and what we've gone through. And he said like to hear that come from me, and he knows like some of the things that I've struggled with. It it made him happy. It made him get out of like whatever funk he was in and just want to celebrate with me where I am. And I shared with him like I planned this huge celebration at my house on November 9th. And all of you are invited. If you're in the New York area, you just want to fly in, you are all invited, right? But I planned a celebration. I told him it's a celebration of life. Like I don't want people to come over and celebrate Christmas or celebrate Thanksgiving or Halloween. I don't want you to celebrate my birthday. I want us to celebrate life because I now see that that's the thing that we don't celebrate every day. We don't get together and just celebrate life, that we have it. But I don't care if it's crappy. I don't care if it's great. I don't care where you are, but you have it. And at any moment, you can actually shift that. And that's what I'm feeling right now. And that's like really what I'm getting at. Like I just I'm just that beacon. Yeah, so that's what I got.
Oh, thank you. And I got a question now, guys. Can we hear from the new young lady that's on the call? I see your avatar. I think it's Ruby, if I'm not mistaken. Do you mind sharing
Hello.
with me? Yes, Ruby.
Hey,
Hi. How you?
hey, how are you guys?
Great.
Great. Yeah, I just want to let you know that on Facebook I'm Star. So Ruby is my real name, but on
Oh,
Facebook I'm Star.
just start STAR.
Yes, Zen Butterfly on Facebook. So
Zen.
I've been with you guys all this time. Yeah, yeah. I just, I've been so busy. I'm a grad student right now, so this is the only time I can actually get to talk to you guys. But I'm definitely glad to be here.
I'm glad that you're here too.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Star. Man, so how's the journey been for yourself?
Um, I went this fasting journey only because I feel like it was preparation work, and the fact that I'm going into counseling, I'm going to be a counselor, and I consider myself as a healer, and I felt like part of the healing process for me is to go through the fasting process and get rid of all my addictions to food and excess things like that. So now I'm done with it, and I feel so much stronger, and I feel like I can be there for other people as well. So I'm happy. I'm ready to go now. I'm much more confident now than I was before.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
That's good. That's good. I'm so happy that you started here and you join us. It's always
yeah,
good to
yeah.
have some fresh energy on the call.
Yes, and I definitely feel that energy that what Natasha was talking about is it's like sometimes I can't even sleep because I just my mind just there's so many ideas coming out, and that's why I've given you guys all the knowledge that I have because it's just like it just won't stop. So it's there's so many things ideas that are going on in my mind right now, and that's probably why I'm talking so fast too. So like I said, I'm just ready to go. I'm ready.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank you. Got a question. Is Monique? Wait now. Who is this young lady right here? Is this um, Monique? Are you available by chance? And let me give a shout out to Vera. Hi, Vera, if you're online. Monique, are you available? What about Kevin? Kevin, are you available?
Yeah,
Shakti.
yeah. What's up, man?
Kevin, you are, man. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm well. I'm well, man. Talk to us, Kev. Day 20, man.
Yeah, I know, right? You came really far, farther than imagined.
Oh, man. Kev,
Not
listen.
really, honestly. I knew I was gonna complete it the whole time, like not, but I did know we was gonna get this done from
Yeah.
day one. I was like, we're gonna get this done, no matter what.
You had made up your mind.
Yeah, yeah. You know.
You've come through a lot. You've been through a lot. And you beasted a lot.
Yeah.
I remember those messages, man. You're like, my stomach hurt, Chris. And I just remember all of that.
Yeah, I know. I went through it all right.
You
I
did.
feel alright now. The only thing is, I got like a really bad taste in my mouth. I just can't wait to start on the living foods and juices again.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, yo, the 80% fruit diet, I'm gonna really, really strongly try to implement that. Like 80% of the foods will be fruits that I eat of all different colors, organic. I found an organic food mart down the road from where I stay too. So
Good. That's awesome, Kevin. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yep. And but like the main thing I think, the main thing for this fast is like you said, paying the price for the family that has not, that's never done this.
Yep.
I feel that's the main thing, because spiritually is always the main thing with me. But physically, the best thing that I can say this fast has done for me is that I was able to quit smoking. That is
Yeah.
something that has had me captured my whole life, and I'm done. Never again. Never
Now,
again.
you totally broke that yoke. Fasting to break the yoke, the nicotine habit faster than anything. That's
Yeah.
good. glad you got that out
I'm
of you.
glad too. That I was asking for that. I was like, man, I don't want this no more. I don't want this, but it's hard. But I don't want this no more. And it finally came to me, you know. So I don't I, I don't need it no more.
That's true.
Yeah, and and alcohol too. I would drink too. I don't plan on drinking no alcohol really after this. Like I don't really see the need to.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely trying to change the lifestyle up, man.
That's what this is all about. I call fasting the great open sesame because until you put yourself through it, you never know what you just don't know what you don't know. It's like until a person experiences Kev, what he's going through, they'll
Yep.
never know. They have to go through it.
Yet
So
so many people talk about things they've never experienced, like they have.
they've never done it. Done it. You don't know it.
Yeah.
My hat's off to you, man. My hat is off to you, bro. It really is.
Yep. Mine's been off to you.
Thank you so much.
Yep. It's all good though, man. We are damn near done. We're done.
We got about a day to go. We got about a day to go, and then we're launching.
Yeah, dude. We got 26 hours and change.
So,
Cause come midnight, you already know. You already know. I already got my stuff for midnight. Ready.
I can't wait to hear your testimony on how that works out for you.
Yeah. Yep. I'll let you
Yeah.
know. Right.
Now, I
Yeah.
got a question. I got wow. But that's good. That's good.
What happened?
Huh?
You said you had a question?
No, I thought you had finished. I was gonna say I had a question. If anybody else on the call hadn't shared, if they would like to share, go for it. Claire, I don't know if she's on the call. We haven't heard from her. Claire, are you with us? Claire, I don't think Claire, you are. Hey, what's up? Hello. What's up, girl? Oh, you're on a speech fast today. Okay. Claire. What's up, yay, team? Yeah, that's so good. That is so cool. That's awesome. You're a stud. You gotta. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you. My girl Claire. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Hey, peace, baby, peace. Anybody else want to share before anything? Anybody else would like to share? Ben, would you like to wrap up, say anything, bro?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Kev, because I thought about the midnight thing as well. But when did you start your fast? Because I didn't start mine
Midnight.
until that morning. So I almost feel like if you start midnight, wouldn't you be cutting yourself like 8 hours short? But that's just me.
I started
I
I
don't know
started my
when you
fast at
started
midnight.
yours.
I started my fast at midnight.
Got you. Okay,
Yeah.
then
Yeah, I remember I was
you
waiting. I was even smoking the last minute. At the last minute.
Before midnight.
Yup. And then I was like,
yeah.
that's it. I'm done. Peace.
Yeah, okay, then that's, I just didn't want you to cheat yourself out of the full nature's bounty of this fast. But yeah, man, thanks a lot everybody, Christopher, I thank you as well, of course, without you none of this would have been possible. I think we've all agreed to that and said that numerous times. You are credited with lifting the veil up from our eyes and showing us the truth. Um, you could read about this thing all you want. You can hear about people doing it, but until you do it, it just seems impossible. I mean, before this, you could not tell me. You would have had to offer me $1 million to do this. You know what I mean? Because there's no other way I would have did it. I mean, and the way I cook, not to toot my own horn, I can
Right.
burn. And I mean, I'm in there roasting and frying and all, and I mean, it's torture. It's torture. And then when you walk outside, you're passing all your favorite old eateries, my favorite Chinese food restaurant, my favorite halal spot, all these places, and you just know, nope, So we are beasts. I mean, we beasting it out like you would say, Christopher. But a part of me really wanted to quit today, man. Like really, I wanted to quit. I'm not gonna lie, and I almost quit. I
On
almost
day
quit.
20? Man, on day 20? Oh,
Yeah, but here's the reason. That's what I always do.
okay.
That's what I always do. I always quit right before I succeed.
It's,
And
yeah,
it's the same guy. It's the same guy who went to the end of the 11th grade and dropped out of school and was so smart and bright that I went the next week or the next month to get my GED, no preparation.
yeah,
The same guy who took the corrections test, passed it so high, I was in like the top three. They were prepping me for the job right then, and I disappeared. I've always done that. I've always like quit. I've always quit. Thank God I didn't do that for my children. See, but I'll do things for others, but I won't do it for myself.
that's
So
everybody's like that.
yeah, this fast was a personal um
Personal
push.
triumph.
Yeah, I had to do this. I felt like if I didn't complete this, then I don't need to say anything to anybody. Like I felt like I'd be a failure, like really. And I would have deserved to be that because yeah, I almost did. And I said no, like I gotta do this. Like this is personal. I gotta make this work. So right away I laid down. I spent the whole day in bed, except for when I went to get a little water. Came back, it was all good. I said, man, you see, you always do this. You always want to quit. I said, not this time. And what you're going to do is you're going to break that cycle. Like you've been breaking everything else. You broke the food thing, the alcohol thing, the negative people thing. I got rid of negative people out of my life. All that was as a result of this. So this is life altering. And I thank you wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. Thank you.
I received that. You're absolutely welcome. I got something that's so ironic though. I'm literally just the opposite. I had a habit of always quitting early. Like if I was gonna quit, I was gonna quit day 2, day 3, day
Same
4.
here.
But once I get to like day 7, in my mind I say, wow, I've come too far. I didn't put too much work in, so I'm locked in from there. If the enemy or somebody's gonna get me, they know to get me early. You can get me day 2, day 3, or day 4, but after about day 7, I didn't put in too much work. So I'm locked in. So my pattern, bro, it was yours, but it was the opposite. I quit early. You know what I'm saying? But if once I get to the point of, I got a point of no return. Once I hit that, I'm good to go. But it's just getting to that point. At this point, I'm like, oh, this is a wrap. When I can see the finish line, oh, it's a done deal. But yeah, so that's kind of ironic how it's just the opposite.
Yeah. But I got that now. I'm like you now. Like I know, like there's no fear, there's no, it's up to me. It's all my choice. There's no more self-sabotage here. There's no more self-hatred. There's no more fear of anything. So I gotta give you that. I gotta give it to you, man. I appreciate you, man. And I don't know what else to say.
That's real talk.
Yo, Van, you know the
Yeah,
real reason you didn't quit? It's because this is a new beginning. It's away with the old. This is a new beginning. Fresh start.
absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. And it is. And it is.
Thanks for
Yes,
that.
sir.
You're right. It really is. It's funny, guys. We started on the 28th. Number 28 is the universal number of wealth. We call it the 2 8s. That was so powerful in itself. And we started on the first day of the week, which is Sunday, right after the Sabbath. And so we got a lot to be proud of. A lot to be proud of. A lot to be proud of. And I want to thank you guys. You and me, man, talked about this earlier. How the women, they were, they're more, they're just strong. Most women are just totally strong, totally dedicated. And there were more women who took part in this fast, who participated more than men. But you, me, and Kevin, and even Greg up to a point, we were the ones who pretty much we held it down for the men. And I want to thank you guys as men for being examples and being the chief cornerstones that you are, that we are, and for leading the way. Because that's what it's going to take to sort of turn this thing around for men and women to sort of to really to mature to a point where we can lift each other up in the spirit of harmony, the spirit of brotherhood, and the spirit of sisterhood, and take it to another level. I remember a couple of weeks ago when we said that this fast, it breaks you from looking at women in a lustful way, as sex objects. And start looking at them as sisters, it's just human beings, but it's more as sisters than everything. Of course, when a man sees a beautiful woman, we're always we're gonna admire her. We're gonna look at her and be like, wow. First of all, I admire your beauty. I'm excited about that. But it doesn't have to go beyond that, like into like a lust. So I want to, start. It takes that veil, and you start looking at women as sisters. Like, wow, What are you laughing at, man?
Yeah, that was funny.
Right. You're right, man. And I said that, and because it's so true. Like, that was my problem. I would always, see a beautiful woman, and right away, it was more of, I admired the beauty, obviously, but I admired the ass. Oh man, I could see. You know what I'm saying? Like, my whole mind just took over. I mean, I was beside myself. I wasn't. That was the missing piece. That was one of the missing pieces to me, and I didn't know how to control that. I didn't know.
Most men don't, and that's why it's so important to purify that out. Because if you don't, it could take you over a cliff, and your brains go to China. You'll be like everybody else,
Right.
Yeah. That's good, bro. That was good.
See, that's one thing I actually always had, and like I'm not lying, like that makes me different from a lot of guys. I've always saw, like, like, of course, just like you, I admire your beauty and I'm excited about that. But I still see you as a sister as well. I've always been like that. I've never been one to come up on a female with like some stupid lines or like whistling or nothing. Like, especially since they don't respond like that well to that anyways. I'm not saying anything about you bad at all. I'm just
No, I don't mind. I don't mind. I'm just saying it wasn't stupid lines or anything. It's just what the mind did.
We all got
a lot
that
of times,
mindset. We all got that
I
mindset.
said nothing. It's just what my mind, and I wanted to lose the lust.
That's our
And
animal spirit, bro.
You're only
It's
22.
always
You don't know anything. You're only 22.
Please, I know plenty.
Too much.
I'm only 22, but my mind is old.
No doubt. No, you definitely got an old soul, man. You definitely got an old soul.
Kevin, you rapping on the phone. That was Nas. That was Mobb Deep. That was Mobb Deep, man. And that was Prodigy from Shook One. I know that song.
Yeah.
My mind, days get for real. My heart turns cold. That used to be my favorite song, buddy.
Love it. It's one of mine too.
No doubt. I like that in you. I like how you snuck it in there, though.
That's still real though.
It is. Well, hey, we've taken over the call, guys. So let's open it up to the ladies. Anybody of the lady persuasion would like to add anything before we wrap it up? Because guys, we get wrap, because we're gonna get right back up in the morning and pick it up for our final day. Any ladies would like to add anything before we wrap it up? Ruby, would you like to say something? I mean, Star. Forgive me. I see that, a Star.
That's okay. I was just going to say, yeah, from a woman's perspective, I think we would appreciate a man that, sees us in a respectful manner rather than, seeing them as lustful. Because, we pick up on that, and that makes most women uncomfortable. So, if a man or anyone comes to us, respectful manner and sees us as a sister, that makes us more comfortable and more willing to actually open up.
Yep.
Because a lot of times, with me, like, that just turns me off. I think most women that would turn them off as well. So, if you can have that discipline within you, and to see another woman as a as your sister, I think it's very helpful.
That's correct. Yes,
Yo, as a matter
absolutely.
of fact, I want to add something. Hey, Van, I'm only 22 and I don't know something. When you was 22, where was your mind at?
A lot different. I was a lot different, man. I was more probably more like you at that point. I had a different mindset. I went through a lot of things, and
You,
as over time I'll explain those things. But life kind of I allowed life to get in my way a lot, and it just changed me. Like there was some changes in my mid 20s and 30s that totally affected my character and sent me on a spin. And I never had a problem talking to women. I just believe that what happened was I was talking to women that appreciated that kind of vibe because it was never a problem. And what happens is you attract what you are. So I was attracting women that now I would say may be the wrong woman for me, but it wasn't the women, it was me. And I knew that. And now that my whole perspective is changing, I'm noticing that, I'm attracting a whole different quality of people. Not only women, but friends, guys, people just in general. Like I'm getting my alpha back. So, and it all has to do with this process and another process I went through. And actually, Kev, I don't think you're 22 and don't know anything. I'm joking, but at the end of the day, yeah, I was a different person. I was completely confident, self-esteem through the roof, you know. And then certain things happened, and it just kind of shifted my perspectives unknowingly. I didn't ask for it,
yeah,
but when you don't have knowledge of self really, and you don't have, say, the right mentorship around you, sometimes your mind plays tricks.
that's real.
It sends you to the left instead of straight.
That's real. I mean, what
Yeah,
would anybody? Where would anybody be without guidance? You know,
exactly, exactly, and that's my main focus these days.
a lot of them are on the corner. A lot
Yeah,
of
I
them are,
mentor
you know what I'm
people all the
saying?
time. I pull their coats for things, without preaching. I do it all the time because sometimes that's what just anybody needs. You'd be surprised that little voice in the corner, man, from somebody you don't even know will probably give you a whole new perspective on life. I didn't really have that, so my mind just kind of went to the left for a little while, but I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I thank God for this process, man.
Yeah, man, we all changing for the better because of this. All of us. This is good stuff.
It's good stuff, guys. Well, here's the good news, guys. We're finally going to have a call under an hour. Again, this is the first time in a long time. So that's really good. I'm glad that we were able to get this call in tonight because we missed earlier. So I guess we'll get ready to wrap up now. This is day 20, and I just again want to just thank each and every person who has participated in this fast and has participated on these calls, and even the people who haven't. Thank you, Star, for joining us. This evening. It's awesome to see you on here, and thank everybody, Natasha, Sky, Shakti. Thank you, Claire, for sending the love and just for everything. So I just want to leave it at, just continue to, guys, stay prayed up, stay in your zone, and expect the big blessings to come immediately after this fast. Prepare yourself for harvest because we've just planted an incredible seed. The seed has been planted. We all need to, this is an amazing moment. So if nobody else wants to add anything, we can wrap up and we'll just check in tomorrow morning. We'll be ready to rock again tomorrow. So be blessed. It's day 20 from the 21 day water.
Peace, y'all.
Peace, Sky. Take care. Thank you so much.
All right, Sky. All right, Christopher. Good night, guys. Take
Good
care.
And
night, y'all.
Good
Good
night,
night.
everybody.
Good
Thank
night,
you for listening, guys.
everybody.
I
Peace.
appreciate it.
bye, Vera. Peace out, guys. We'll see you in the morning.